Pete Carroll never explained why he didn't give the ball to Marshawn Lynch. And now all these guys are leaving. You know, Richard Sherman's leaving, Michael Bennett's leaving, and they all admit he never explained it to us.
Earl Thomas.
And and it divided the team. There are a lot of people in New England, including guys in that locker room, that want to know why he didn't play Malcolm Butler. Now, does he owe us, the public, an explanation? No. But this story is not going away. And every time somebody leaves the Patriots, they're going to bring it up.
Nick Saban sat exactly where you were yesterday. And by the way, this is a big step down. And he said what players want to know now is why.
There you go.
They want to understand why something was done. The players in that locker room, it's been indicated, they don't understand why it happened. They don't know why it happened. And players want to know why.
I think they know why.
Yeah, and I mean,
I don't believe that. I don't
know why. Do you know
why?
Why?
That the players don't know why.
Why didn't he play?
I don't remember all the exact details, but I felt like he wasn't playing as well. He got burned a bunch of times in a previous game. Maybe he didn't think he had the best chance. And then he mentioned after, and again, this is a long time ago, so please don't quote me on any of this. But essentially that he could have played harder. He could have had more effort, and then he missed the team plane. There was a lot of things that happened, and this is the Patriot way. It's like the Kawhi Leonard thing, guys. You don't owe anyone an explanation.
Right. I agree that you don't owe him an explanation, but people have questions. They should ask the questions. I think the way that Bill Belichick answered them was beautiful and funny. But the one quibble I have with what he said is what he's done since he's always been there is do what's best for the Patriots. And I think we're coming off a conversation of the Jimmy Garoppolo trade where we're hearing rumors that there are other trades out there that were better, that were available. I'm not sure that he is always, at least in that case, was he doing what's
That's
best
a good
for the
example.
Patriots.
And the other thing is, explain to me how not playing Malcolm Butler on a day where the Eagles shredded him for 400 yards passing was a good thing for the Patriots. Even at halftime when the Eagles were ahead and running up the score, Malcolm Butler can't help you.
In hindsight, but maybe he thought initially his game plan, maybe he thought that.
Was he trying to make an example out of him?
No, do you think Bill Belichick is going to make an example out of Malcolm in a Super Bowl?
I do.
Isn't he that exactly what he did?
I think he truly believed he didn't give them the best chance to win, and maybe
the backup was better than Malcolm Butler?
Maybe he did.
In that case, and then also in the trade case, it is an example why we want to believe that the Bill Belichick is a guy who wears a hoodie and doesn't have a big ego and only wants to win football games. Like, these are examples of his ego. I think his ego got in the way there, and I think the trade for Jimmy Garoppolo was in part because he wants Jimmy Garoppolo to succeed because, again, that's good for his ego. If it's him against Brady.
Why is explaining this help the future? Tell me.
Well, hard to say exactly. I can't say Bill Belichick is losing his magic touch since he's coming off a Super Bowl.
No
but
one's saying that.
He is the last of a dying breed. And Danny Amendola goes down to Miami. He says, it's like playing for a principal. He was like the principal in the principal's office. He likes Adam Gase because he feels like more like one of the guys. I think that's one of the elements with Bill Belichick is that he's doing it the old school way, and there is a new school that is now open. And I think guys, as I said before, they want to know why. They want an explanation. And by the way, I do think you owe fans an explanation. I think it does make sense that if I'm a New England Patriots fan and I am an investor, in other words, I buy tickets, I'm investing money in a team, I do deserve answers.
Okay, I have a question.
I should get an answer.
We work in the television business, right? If ESPN makes a change, right, and the brass decides to make a change in someone, did they owe the fans an explanation?
Did they pull me right
but
now?
I'm just saying, do we owe people an explanation or no? It's business, and it happens behind closed doors. That's the Patriots' way. Why would they deter from that and now start talking?
Because nobody roots for announcers every week to win games. I've yet to meet a football player, Nick, tell me if you have, that agrees with that Malcolm Butler decision.
No.
Current, former, anybody who knows football. I know a ton of people. I'm adding you to the list.
No,
Did you understand that move?
I did not understand him
Only
not
Molly
playing
does.
at any point until
Molly
he goes.
understands.
No, I think Molly accepts that she doesn't understand it, but she doesn't expect Bill Belichick
I know a few people that understand
Of course
it,
you
and
do,
some
yeah.
greats, but I don't know if I'm comfortable to put them on blast. But people did understand it, and I don't recall all the details, and I don't.
Yeah, it's a long time. It's a long time ago. Yeah.
But plenty of people did understand, and maybe it didn't pan out.
Yeah,
well,
I just think he got burned by, and just like Pete Carroll got burned by not giving the ball to Marshawn Lynch.
So it sounds like you foresee the the collapse of the Patriots dynasty and all because of this. Now, that's where I think you might be going a little too far.
No, I don't think the Patriots are going to collapse, but Mason and I have an argument that's been going on for a couple of years. Mason says you cannot be a my way or the highway coach anymore. And I always say to him, what are you talking about? The best coach in the NBA is Greg Popovich. The best coach in the NFL is Bill Belichick. They're both my way or the highway guys. I can't use those examples anymore because Kawhi Leonard just walked out on Pop, and Belichick's going to be around for 2 or 3 more years, and he traded Garoppolo for apparently no reason, and he benched Malcolm Butler for apparently no reason.
And there won't be another coach with that level of equity.
Wait, you said Belichick traded Garoppolo for no reason?
I think he was told by the owner to trade him.
But he didn't want to.
Yeah.
That was the whole thing.
Correct.
He wanted
didn't want
to keep
to.
Garoppolo,
That's
so
fair.
you can't hold that against him.
Right.
And as far as Kawhi, I don't think he wanted to leave because of Pop. I think he wanted to just get to a bigger market. That was the big thing with him. I don't think it was because of the coaching.
But I think that these coaches that you mentioned are aberrations, and I think that it's possible that it's about being in a good situation and all these things come together. I think I agree with Mace, our resident hawk here, that you have to modernize your coaching with the way times are going.
Yeah.
Just because the Patriots were able to do it doesn't. We talked about it in the last.
You know what?
segment.
I'm so tired. I'm tired of hearing people bag on millennials and their avocado toast. I mean, ultimately here.
I mean, avocado toast is delicious.
No, it
first
is.
of all.
It is
Let's be
delicious,
clear.
but it was invented by millennials for millennials. Ultimately, I think that you've got to coach players differently than you used to, and ultimately, a guy like Bill Belichick is not going to come along again. A guy like Greg Popovich, once he goes to USA Basketball, is not going to come along again. We work with Luke Walton. You know what? He doesn't say, you need to do this. He says, here's what we need to do. Increasingly, that's the way coaching is going to have to come down. And I do think you have to coach millennial players differently than you used to.
Yeah, it's not working. I mean, he just made it to another Super Bowl.
Yeah. Aberration, exception of the rule, last of a dying breed.
Listen, I'm a millennial. You can still like old school.